Hello, Randy Rain here, and I have a rare TOMY robot here, and it's not even really an old one. It's just one that I'm pretty sure that didn't come out in the West. I think it only came out in Japan, because I don't know of a West version of this. And from looking at this, the best I can understand, it means entertainer. It's an entertainer robot. So let's have a look at it. This is
Robot Garage.
Okay, so first of all, this one was a gift, so it's not going to be on eBay. So don't think I'm selling this one. This one is mine. Second, it's not Santa Claus. It just looks like that. And the research, like I said, the research is, I think it's an entertainer robot. Yeah, so I purposely didn't look at any information, any video, or anything on this robot. I want to go in fresh and clean. So let's open it up and see how it goes and get the entertaining robot working again. So looking at this instructions here, most of it's in Japanese. And once again, I didn't cheat. I didn't look online, but there's walk, stop. And then there's another, this button on top. I can't tell what that says. So looking at this, you have your on off. Okay, so that's going to be disconnecting the electricity. Okay, so that's disconnecting the electricity. Then you have stop and, because it says stop and walk. And all that does is lift these little jacks up to take it off the wheel. Okay, so that's stop and walk. Put it there, and now it's going to go. So my guess, this thing, this is going to, like, I don't know, stop it, make it do its thing or something. Maybe talk. Maybe that's the talk button. And I'm going to guess it's still just rubbing on a gear, going beep, beep, beep. It's not actually anything electronic that makes it talk. I'm guessing. And I'm also going to guess that when you push this down, it's using one of the TOMY classic satellite planetary gears system where you're letting this thing go and it spins to the next thing, and then it starts doing something, and then it disconnects and goes back to the walking or something. I don't know. That's my best guess. Let's find out. So these things come off. Let's see, the tie comes off. I'll just take this stuff off. The hats come off. These glasses come off. And it looks like these were stickers, and you could put it different ways. And someone chose to put it like that. There's a microphone and a fan. Then you have this, which goes together here on the side. Let's see if I can. These snap together. Personally, I like him like that. That's the way I like it. Maybe the tie. I don't know. There's a hole there. I don't know. Let's see. Some screws here. But I'm guessing we start at the bottom. Okay. see. What am I missing here? Okay, so I'm guessing there's something behind this. Okay, maybe it all comes off in one thing, so maybe wow, where is this thing? Okay, I think I got it. This back has to come off, and this has to come off to get to the back. And there's a smaller screw, so I need a smaller screwdriver. Aha! Okay, I've gotten closer. There we go. That's how you do that. Okay, let's start here. You can see this thing. This is the jack. And this little piece wants to come out, but I think it's okay. Have a look in there. It's all mechanical. There's no kind of electronics in there to make any sound. Can't see where the sound's going to be made, but I guarantee somewhere in there there's something rubbing on a gear. I can tell this right here, as this thing spins around, it pushes this arm up, and this arm makes the head. Some sort of camming here, so this does something. This probably controls, I don't know, maybe it moving or not. You can see here when I move the arms, so here's the arm movement. It's coming up into here, into all this. There's something else here that's doing something. Maybe move the head. I don't know what this is doing here. But the next thing to do is to separate this structure from this structure. Okay, just for now, I'm going to go ahead and desolder this. Just because I'm going to be moving it around, and eventually it'll just break if I don't. Okay, so the switch would be moving from nothing to on top of this. Okay, go ahead and look at this tire. This is on several, like the Dingbot and stuff. Same thing. Just pry this apart. It's nice that this has it's a brass gear tire repair kit or replacement kit. So you can't get into the bottom here. I can't even see what's on the bottom of this motor here, what kind of gear. So I can go ahead and put the bottom back on, but just note that this right here, that's moving a gear up and down, and that's activated with the walk and stop thing. That little ramp right there pushes up on that. Okay, unless you need to access any of that stuff down there, you don't have to take those screws out. You can also get to that wheel from here, which means we have to start at the top and go down. Okay, well, that was interesting. There's a screw right down in here that's going to have to come out in order to get this apart, which I can't get to. You see there's safety things if anybody forced it. And now I gotta go search and try to find that. Okay, so there's a lot going on down in here. And a lot I don't want to take apart unless I have to. So there's a section here. This little top section right here is a unit. And I can break it right with these screws. So all these up here on top, I'm leaving for now. Because I need to get to the motor. Because if there's going to be a broken gear and not working, it's going to be there. I see some springs in there about to come flying. Not good. Alright, well there that unit came off. Okay, we'll look at that in a second. Okay, let's see what we have. This right here, this is what gets pushed up when you push that jack stand down. This is the part that got pushed up from underneath. It has this little thing on there, so it spins and it's spring loaded, so maybe it can slip. No. You have an arm here that does that. There's an arm here that's with a peg on this thing. This right here, I thought that's where the button, that's the button that you push. This is what pushes up on the head, I know that. Probably move that. Might have slipped. This might should be over here. I believe it should be. Okay, that's doing something like that. I wonder if I pull up. Yep, this guy comes right out. This is what gets pushed up and down, and you can see it's on a square shaft. So as it spins, but it can also be moved. So this is being pushed up and down. Ah, okay. I guess it's just disengaging it from the gear down there. Okay. Well, these all have to come off for now. Let's come out. It does. Okay, so this should come out just like that. I'm going to try to keep that all in one piece. Huh, doesn't look cracked. It did, however, slide pretty easily. So I looked at the gear under the magnifying glass, and there isn't a crack there, and not even one starting. It's just a 10-tooth gear, but it has that little ridge. It's probably what's kept it from splitting. But I'm torn. Do I replace it? I think I am. I have the gear. Might as well replace it. Okay, but we really need to look inside here. There's some other gears that could be a problem. Plus, we gotta see how it works. Okay, yeah, so I totally guessed how this works. Here's the switch, or here's that button. When you push this button down, it moves this thing forward. Which in turn pushes on that. Because this has a thing up here, the spring is connected to that, so it's pushing on that. And this is just blocking and stopping this, which is a planetary gear system. And there it is. There's the little planetary gear. So I've explained this before, but basically the gear's turning this gear, and if I turn that gear, that big gear, you can see the whole thing spins. But if I stop this and I turn that big gear, you can see it moves that little planetary gear. And then if I unstop this, it moves here, and then the little notch can stop it here, and I can drive something here. I can let up, and it can go over to here, say there's something over here, and stop it there. It drives something, let up, boom, stop it there. And that's what these little ramps are. And that's exactly what I predicted. This little gear is going to move to either over here or to over here. There's two different positions. This one, let's see, if it moves over to here, it's driving the wheel below. And then if it moves over to here, I'm guessing it's activating the arms and stuff. Yep, okay. Nothing special there. That's below. That's going to the wheel. I just need this one right here. This is split. There we go. Okay, yeah, neither one of these gears are split. This is a 12-tooth here. I am going to go ahead and take it off, though, because I have one of those. Yep, you can see that it's either going to connect there, or it's going to come over here and connect to this bottom one there. And this is the little arm that stops it. So as it spins around and stops here, it's connected. Then when this gets moved, it allows it to pass, and then it gets stopped here, then it gets moved up, there, down, like that. That is switching from one thing to another. Know that. This down here is what's turning this thing. And so when it gets pushed up, it comes off of that gear, so it stops. And then when it drops down, the little spring pushes it back down. Here is the voice. Here's the sound. So every time that little thing hits that gear right there, it's going to make the sound. Alright, there's where the noise is. So it's meep, 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 meep. So I've been looking at this thing and I ran into a problem. This spins like this. So we can see that this arm right here is activating these here. So that moves this, you can see. So you get this click, 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 and then here. Now this comes out, and so I can move here, and you can see that's what that's doing there. Okay, has a square shaft, goes into this square hole, and then up top, what it's going to is this cam. You can see that this one is spinning like that. And so it's pushing on this right here until it gets to there and it falls over, and it pushes it there. And I'm not sure what that does. And since this fell out, I don't know if it goes like that, like that, like that, or like that. But I think I'm going to put this back to help me figure that out. And this, since that's going to spin, it's going to make it go back and forth like this. This, I remember, went to here. That's what activates the different planetary gears. Seems like this guy. Here. This one went down here. So I figured it out off screen. It was taking me a little while to get this, but I'm going to take it apart to show you. But I can see that this right here, this edge on this cam, when you put it together, it should line up with that edge, that cam right there. Go ahead and take this back off. And I put some batteries in this, so I'll show you in action. Okay, so as the motor spins down there on the different things, when it's this triggered one direction, it's going to make this spin. The other direction, it's making the motor, drive motor, and this thing spin right here. You can see down here, this cam right here is what's making the noise. It's camming there. This cam part right here is what's de-triggering the action. These ramps right here is what's pushing the head up and down. And these up here, I'll show you in a second. But when it gets activated and this thing's going, this is turning. This comes around and it turns and hits this, which deactivates this, which activates this part. And then as it does its thing and spins around, when it gets to here, that action now triggers this back, and so it starts going over to here. So it just keeps jumping back and forth. And so now on the top, these notches are hitting this arm thing. That's what these notches right here and this piece right here is for the arm. This right here is right here. It's for the head. But it can only be in the head position when this arm right here is in this position. Otherwise, if this turns and moves that little peg here, it locks the head in place, so the head can't move. So if I bring this around like that, so now the head is locked in position and can't move. So this can't go back and forth, so this thing wouldn't work. So when this is moving back and forth, this thing has to come around and this peg has to fall past that to there. Now the head can move. So the timing of this is that this ramp down here, the big ramp for the head going up, needs to line up with this. But you also need to put this all the way to here. That has to go all the way to there. If I look underneath here, that big ramp right here is kind of where I want it. Okay, this goes like this. And this is all that direction. This needs to be in that position. Like that. You do have to pull this arm peg back so it drops down. Oh, come on, this says L and R. Why don't these say L and R somewhere on L, R? Alright, you're not going to believe this if you've never seen this thing and what it does. I was wondering what the little notches here down below, why they're set like that. Well, you're about to find out. Didn't see that coming, did you? Okay, how in the world are you supposed to get this thing together? I don't know if that's it, but that's what I did. That's, geez. Then the one last small screw is for this. So is it the OmedetaBot? 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 I have no idea. And I'm looking at my instructions here, and I'm looking at the pictures on this box, and I'm looking at all the pieces that I have. Something's totally different. Because on the box here shows a layout. I have the little smock thing, which mine is way either faded or not as colorful as that one. It has the baseball cap and the eyeglasses and microphone, and then there's like this bow tie. Well, I don't have a bow tie, I have a necktie, and I have the little clips, and I have the fan but there's another one that I seem to be missing. And I have the little headband. But if you look at pictures on here, so nowhere on here does it show a necktie. All it shows is a bow tie. Now you go over here to the little instructions and you can see a necktie. And you can see what looks like a bow tie, but it's actually supposed to be a ribbon in the hair. Down here you can see. I bet it's the same thing, but here it's showing it as a ribbon, which I don't have. Well, I personally like it with none of this stuff on there, but I'm going to put some stuff on here. I'm going to guess he's going to have the microphone because he's the entertainer. We'll go ahead and put the necktie on just because there's an empty hole there. And we'll put baseball cap. I thought about the glasses too. No, we're just going baseball cap and microphone and necktie. All right, let's see him in action. That way. Well, there you have it. That's the TOMY OmedetaBot. That's the best I can do, I guess. Anyway, if you like this video, I sure would appreciate a thumbs up. And if you want to see more stuff like this, you hit that subscribe. I want to thank these people right here. These are patrons. These are people helping me out. And I couldn't do this with them. And one of them donated this to me. And I thank them oh so very, very much. It was very nice. It's a pretty rare one. You don't see this one. I've never seen this one until this time here. Anyway, OmedetaBot, that was
Randi Robot Garage.